Shalom, we're the Hebrew Israelites, coming out again a week in a week out, prophesy the downfall of this wicked society, Esau society, okay, and we're coming to the prophecies becoming complete, okay, and the salvation of you so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American and West Africans, okay, which are the Israelites, which are us, okay, believe it or not, okay, and we're going to open up and get straight into prophecy, okay, because the time is near, salvation is near, okay, time is short. So praise to Yahweh and shine. Double honors to the elders and apostles that have ruled well and have continued to teach and give the understanding, truth, knowledge, wisdom and understanding, and truth and sincerity. Double honors and salutations to Akim Christians, word, sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. And let's get into this. Shalom.
Yeah, once again we're out here to prophesy the downfall of the Greco-Roman Empire. As you can see, World War III is popping off. As you can see, famines down in England, the floods are hitting. Yeah? So let's get that Zephaniah. Get that one.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Right, and it says gather yourselves together. Who do you think he's talking about? God's chosen people. He's not talking about everybody come together, because where's that in the Bible? Where does God say everybody come? You won't find it. When he's talking about gather yourself together, can we read on?
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
And who's that nation not desired? It's the Israelites. The blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians of Negroid and Indian descent. Negroid and native Indian, of so-called indigenous Indian, and so-called Hispanics. That's the northern kingdom. Then you've got the southern kingdom, the blacks, Haitians, the black Americans, the black British, the Nigerians, the Igbos, Yorubas, the Ghanaians, where's your cow from? Sierra Leone.
Cameroon. And certain other parts of the continent of Africa, but mainly on the Western Hemisphere, okay, because that's where us Israelites fled from during the besiege of Rome, when they besieged Jerusalem, okay, said to flee into the mountains, okay, so that was around the time of 70 AD, okay, when most of our people that wasn't besieged, and at that time, the Lord sanctioned that amount of people to flee, even though some of our people was already retaining certain parts of Africa as a dwelling place, okay, as people do, but that was what you would call a mass migration, okay.
They call it the diaspora.
Also to open up, we're only out for the elect, okay, to gather the elect. It's not for everybody. It's not for every nation. It's only for the elect of Israel. Okay.
Just get it then, man. We finish off and get in Romans the 11th chapter.
It says here, Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff.
Right. When it talks about the day pass as the chaff, it's nuclear war. It's in the Bible. That's why they took it out of the schools. Because they don't want these the so-called, mainly the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. They don't want us to know who we are. But once these prophecies come to pass, there's an ending. The so-called Greco-Roman, the Greco-Roman Empire is at an end. What did the Lord say, Job? Job said that 14 and 50, the so-called Edomite, the Greco-Romans, they call themselves white people, they have a time, a dispensation of time to rule. And we're coming to the end of that rulership. So, as you can see, World War III is popping off, famines, we've got floods down in England. So these are all the things that the Lord said will come to pass in the last days. Do we know?
It says here, before the day pass as the chaff,
right?
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you,
yeah.
Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you,
right?
Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth,
right?
Which have wrought his judgment.
And who wrought his judgment? Get me Deuteronomy 28 and start from 15.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. It says here, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Right, and that was given to the blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. So when you mention God and Christ, it's only talking about the Israelites. Do you know about the Israelites, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, do you know what colour they were?
Well, it depends which of the tribes that disseminated around the world.
Yeah, you know they were scattered, didn't it?
Yes, I did. Yes, so there were lots of yeah. West Africa, East Africa, and
yes, mainly West Africa.
Basically.
Yeah, that's where they took the slaves from. You see, that was the Israelites they took off of that coast.
But what about the East African?
No, it was mainly the East Africans was the Hamitic nations.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that Noah had 3 sons. Yeah?
Yes, it did, yes.
Can you name his sons?
No.
Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Yeah? Japhetic people today are what we call the Samoans, the Fijians, the Aborigines. Right? They're Japhet. They originally was in Europe. There was the Etruscans and the Minoans.
Well, the depends if you're talking about the Aboriginal nation of Australia and New
I'm
Zealand.
talking about them people. Because the Australians wasn't there. The so-called white.
No. Yes, that I get, but I think maybe there is historical evidence for the Aboriginals as opposed to the Maori population as a separate sort of culture is quite strong. I think maybe there is an overlapping of what would like to happen.
What I'm trying to relate to you,
yes.
is that who are the Japhetic people? Let me ask you then.
Who do you think?
I've just told you that.
Yeah.
The Japhetic people go back to the Etruscans and the Minoans. All you've got to do is look at the bottom.
Well, the Minoans Minoans as in the Greek Minoans or the...
No, remember Alexander took over that land and took on the name of the Greeks.
Yes.
He pushed the Etruscans out and the Minoans out.
Yeah.
Right, you know about Alexander?
I do,
right.
yes.
So this is what they've done today, just like the Jewish people today call themselves the Jews, when they are not the Jews. They've taken on the customs of the Jews, yeah? But they're not actually the Jews, because it tells you that the Jews were dark unto the ground, kadar, dark skin. Are the Jews today dark skin? No, just say no.
Well, no. It depends which ones you're talking about.
We're talking about...
It's very easy. The danger is you can be selective about your argument and about your.
You know why I know
culture.
they're not the real Jews? The Bible tells you what would happen to the real Jews.
Which Bible tells you that?
King James 16:11.
King James. So you're dismissing all the things that the Council of Nicaea.
That was Council of Nicaea was in Carthage.
Yes,
and that was Hannibal. Yeah.
The Council of Nicaea basically, other fellows got together and decided what was going to be in the Bible.
Yes.
It's quite selective about.
You know what it was? Catholicism, they wanted to bring everybody together. That was Constantine. That was Constantine and the Nicene Council.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So that neglected all the Gnostics that went before. So you're taking a selective choice.
No. I've got books here. If you've got time, I've got books here.
We've all got books.
No.
We've all got books. It doesn't necessarily mean
I
they're
will tell
right.
you, yes, it's a because it lines up with the Bible. That's the
Which Bible?
The King James.
The King James Bible. That's just one of many Bibles.
Yes.
And when it made
Bibles, what did it say? What happened? King James. What did he do?
King James.
Yeah, what did he do to make the Bible authentic?
Presbyterian king. It was actually. It's about power.
Why did he do it? Because they had the Catholic Bible, didn't they?
They had a Catholic Bible.
Right, and they had what was the other Bible? They had another Bible, but the King James got 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the time. Because what was the Old Testament written, translated from?
Well, it was in many languages.
No, the original language. We're talking about the original language.
Which Old Testament are we talking about as well?
We're talking about the old, the books of Genesis to like Matthew. No. I've got one more thing to say before you leave. Right? King James got the best Hebrew scholars of the time. Yeah. What it was, he got them to translate.
Best ones he had access to.
The king could get the best. Coming? If King is Prince Charles and King, what's his name? Who's the king today?
Charles.
Right, if he asks for the best thing, wouldn't you get the best? Yes, he would.
The best he could get.
No, he would get the best. Anyway, what's your nationality? Say before you go.
I'm English.
No, you're an Edomite according to the Bible. There's no such thing as an Englishman. That's a modern day term, yeah?
10,000 years ago, there was nothing but ice here.
No, you're
that's
an Edomite. There's always been like that. You're an Edomite. Yeah, that's your philosophy. You're an Edomite, yeah? You're going into World War III. That's what I'm here to tell you. Yeah? Don't worry about that. The Edomite is always got something to say, like, you know? Shut up. What do you know? You damn demon. Let's continue with the word of God.
They regurgitate their life.
Yeah.
That's what they do. It says here, before the day passes the chaff,
right?
let's jump to Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 15. It shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, what was we talking to before that demon come up pertaining to that scripture? We'll go back to the other one.
It says here, before the fierce anger come upon the Lord.
Oh yeah, you should gather yourselves together.
Exactly.
Yeah. Start from the top of that one again.
It says here, Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, the nation not desired are the Israelites, yeah? Go on.
Before the decree bring forth,
Right.
before the day pass as the chaff,
Right.
before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you.
Right, the fierce anger and the chaff is talking about the nuclear missiles. Right, because the Lord said he's going to visit Isaiah 66 and 15. He said he's going to visit the earth with, get it very quickly.
The book of Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15.
Right.
For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and
Right.
with his chariots like a whirlwind.
And that fire is going to cause the chaff. You understand? Read on.
It says here, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Right.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right, so there we go. That's what's talking about that day that passed as a chaff. That's the day of the Lord. When he says he's going to let not fire be on the earth when I return, yes, because he's going to bring nuclear war, and that's what's happening today. Why? Because of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He needs that recompense now. He needs that payback for what? Slavery. Because this society was built off of 400 to 500 years of slave labour, free labour. War is going to it, and he needs that blood sacrifice, that recompense, that payback. Yeah? So,
See, John back to Deuteronomy.
now what was your Zephaniah?
Zephaniah.
Just get, let's go to Jeremiah, Isaiah, sorry, 14 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
Okay?
For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob.
Right, so this is who he's going to have mercy on. This is that day of the chaff, and it talks about the mercy. The Lord is going to have mercy on who? The Israelites. Because he's going to come back and save us, because we're still in that downtrodden state. They look at us as monkeys, baboons, fools. No, that's the names they call us. Wetbacks, barren arrows, the bywords and the proverbs. You know?
And will yet choose Israel
Right, he's going to choose Israel.
and set them in their own land.
And not them guys what are calling themselves Israelites. Yeah? And that's exactly what it is, lies. They are not the Israelites. They call themselves Israelis. That means a modern Jew. Yeah? What about the ancient Jews? They're still on the earth. The blacks, Hispanics, well, it's called the so-called Judah, Benjamin and Levi. They will be referred to as the Jews, the southern kingdom. And then you've got the northern kingdom, but Israel in whole, they can number them, they can say that they're Israel, or they can say, they usually say that they're the Jews today, the whole tribes of Israel. You know?
It says here, and set them in their own land.
Right, so what happened? Obviously, that's prophecy. The real Jews can't be in their own land. They can't be in the land of the Lord. So he said he's going to set them in that land. Who's going to set them? The one they call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai. So obviously they can't be the real Jews. Because they're in the land now claiming to be Jewish. Not real, just quite like the Jews. Because they're taking on, they're not even taking on the laws of the Israelites. What it is, they're using the characters, the Hebrew characters, but they've got the Yiddish, what do they call that? The Polish and German Yiddish language behind it, vowels and all that. There's no vowels in the Hebrew language, except, well, I think it's O and an A, something like that. Read on.
It says here, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
And who the stranger? The Israelite foreigners coming back. The diaspora, we was talking about that earlier. Read on.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right, cleaving back, yes.
It says here, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right, and this is talking about the others, the other nations. We're going to take them and bring them to our place. Because how did we get to this place? Did they not come to the west coast of Africa and bring us here under Jew, what do they call that again? No, the Balfour Declaration about the Jews. They brought us here basically slavery. We didn't come here of our own accord. They stole us off the land of the west coast of Africa. Yeah? Read it.
It says here, and the people shall take them and bring them to them. Are you talking about divine intervention?
They took us, we're going to take them the same way they took us. Yeah?
And bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
And that's Israel. We're going to take them, possess them, own them, and bring them to our place. That's Israel. This is how you know the real Israelites, because it tells you they're going to take the people back there. Everybody's flying to there. Even when the handmaids went to Jerusalem, they flew over there. They call them the Ethiopians, burnt face. The people of the Cushites, according to the biblical text. They went over there. They call them Phalashian Jews, false Jews. See, that's what they do. They say that other people are not the people of God, but they're claiming to be the people of God. You know? So they're going to take them and bring them. And what's going to happen?
It says here, and they shall take them captives, whose captives there was.
Right.
The house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right, so what we've been in this kingdom, we've been servants and handmaids. Do they not make movies? 12 years a slave. Yeah? Who is the servants and handmaids? The Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We become servants and handmaids. You know, so get right on in Ecclesiastes where it says we've seen servants upon horses. You know that Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 or something like that? Because we're the kings of the earth, we're the kings and the priests, but yet still we're in a lower state at the moment. But we're going to rise to the top again because Yahweh Shai is going to put us in our rightful position, ruling over all these other nations. Deuteronomy said we'll be in a lower state. We'll come down very low and everybody will come above us.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 7.
That's it, 10 and 7.
Should I start from 6? It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Right, so who's that talking about? We're the rich. We're the rich in spirit, and we're rich because we're the Israelites. The spirit of the Lord is with us. But we're in a lower state at the moment, but it's rising up the Israelites. Just like I was explaining to a brother, I was on a job, and then the Edomite came to me and said, are you one of those black Hebrew Israelites? Because while I was breaking down the Bible, he's heard it before. You know what I mean? He's heard the true understanding of the Bible, because the Israelite movement now is going around the world like the Lord said. 4 corners. Yeah? Read them.
So it's here. I have seen servants upon horses.
Right, and all those servants, the Edomites, basically like the Edomites, mainly, exerting the top echelons of the society. The Edomites are in the hegemony, the ruling class, so-called. So they're actually servants, because what it says in Genesis, the elder shall serve the younger. So they're going to serve us the way we serve them, but then we're going to get rid of their red asses in the end. Yeah, after World War III, you know, and the famines and the earthquakes and the floods, you know.
On top of that, even in the Apocrypha, some of the holy children, I think it's one around 10, it says, we'll become servants to them that worship thee. Because they follow everything we do. They copy our characteristics. They took over the knowledge of our voyages when it came to navigating the ships and everything. So they took on after us. They worship us, but they hate us at the same time. But because the Most High put us in a low position to them to serve out our captivity, that's what the Most High is going to bring back to normal. It's going to put us back on our hedge. Well, it's not under Yahweh Shai and the elect, the King David and the apostles. And so forth.
144.
It says here, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, I'll read it again, verse 7. I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Right, so there's a reversal, a role reversal there. The kings and the priests and the princes are in a lower state, but the servants are on horses. When you're on a horse, what does that represent? It represents power. If you look at that movie, Django, when Samuel L. Jackson played the character of, what was his name?
Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen. Yeah. When he saw Django on a horse, he said, what's that Negro doing on a nag? because that is the sign of the ruling class. So that's what it shows you. There's a statue in America of the so-called the Edomite, not the so-called, the Edomite on a horse, and he's got Gad and he's got Judah down below them in the lower state. So this Bible is on point. Yeah.
But then it's like prior to that, I've got a photo. I'm gonna put it up big on a poster, but there's a photo of back in the so-called Dark Ages when we was ruling, the so-called Negro was ruling. Okay, there's a photo of a young prince. Okay, he looks about probably in his teens, and he's on top of a horse, and he has the Edomite Caucasian servantals, what do you call it, and the young boy jesters serving unto him. Okay, but they will never let that that information come out.
Being in that lower state, we've always been like that. But no, the real princes and real kings are so-called Negroes.
Yeah, can't.
They won't show that because that breaks down all their lies.
I have to get that printed out. It says, where is it? Okay, so that was Ecclesiastes.
Is that one done, yeah? Okay, so what did Isaiah finish? Isaiah 14. Did you finish that? 14, we started at 1 down. So where was we?
Oh yes, okay. It says here, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2, it says here, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
As we said, right?
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right, so who's captive? Who's got us captive? The same people. The Romans had us. The Romans and the Greeks and the Romans, and they were like, they're Edomites. But all nations really had us under captivity, but the so-called Caucasians, who are the Edomites, has had us in captivity for the longest time. Duration, as they say. And we're still in captivity now, because it goes back to the blessing, Jacob and Esau. Like the last ruling kingdom would be the Edomite kingdom. The three cracks at it, because in between that, you had the Medo-Persians, you had the Babylonian, but then the Greeks come back into power under Alexander, just like the crack of the Edomite come up, trying to tell me, oh, what Bible's this and what's that. It's nothing to do with you anyway, because you believe in Satan, you don't believe in God. You're a Satanist. Like the majority of these people, they believe in Satan. Yeah? Any more?
Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressors ceased, the golden city ceased.
Right, so who's the king of Babylon today? It would be Joe Biden. Joe Biden would be the king of Babylon. And they're ceasing now, their kingdom is ceasing because they're beginning to fight each other. Ukraine, fighting Russia, now America is going to fight Russia. And they're both Edomites. They're both devils, yeah? They're both of the same nation, really. So the Lord said, I'm going to set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. That's another prophecy in the Bible. So he's going to put the white man fighting the white man because he used to fight all these other nations, yeah? So now he's going to feed, he said, I'm going to feed them with their own flesh. So we're seeing that now, yeah? This is the beginnings of them feeding, the Lord said, feeding their own flesh. They're going to eat their own flesh, basically. It's an analogy of killing each other. This is what he said they're going to do.
And to keep your eye on it, America's trying to prod Iran to say that somehow they was behind the Palestinian or Hamas, what do you call it, strikes, or what is it, contravention between them and and Israel. Okay, so when you hear the names of America, the big names of America, Iran, Russia, so forth, that's so you know that this salvation is coming very soon. Okay, because these are the names that the Most High is going to bring together to judge them in the Middle East, regarding Jehoshaphat, okay, for Armageddon, okay, World War III. So you have to keep your eyes on the prize, okay? That's why we stay sober, we stay awake, okay? Because Iran technically has nothing to do with the backing of, what do you call it? What's going on in the mass today? But America's trying to bring them forth. It says a little one shall draw them out.
Yeah, that's the Amalekites.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's doing it now. America's sending ships to defend Israel. So the least of the flock he's drawing that. He's thinking about now they're going to draw out all the other nations. The Arab world is up in uproar, where they're bombing the Palestinians and whatnot. So now Egypt and Iran and all them are giving up, and that's going to rouse up the whole of the Middle East, because they've been dropping bombs on the so-called Arabs for a long time now. You going to say something, Mark?
Yeah, no, because the scripture says they're still around their brethren. They haven't, what's the word? How our people and other nations have moved around, they're still around their own people. So that little one, when it says the least of the flock shall draw them through, that's because them Muslim nations, even though they're divided, they're going to band together for one cause, even though they're, what's it, Sunni and something, what is it, and Shia, they're going to band together because under
Islam.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're going to rise up on the thing. But that's when obviously Russia and things would get involved after America.
Brings Iran because they're thinking. They remember they're provoking Iran, and Iran's got a treaty with China and Russia.
Russia, yeah.
So they're going to be the guard. It tells you that Russia's going to be a guard unto them. Yeah. That's Ezekiel the 38th chapter.
God. It says here, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 5. It says here, the Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the sceptre of the rulers.
And this is future prophecy. He's breaking it down as we speak, but he's going to completely break it down with sceptre. The sceptre is the rulership. Yeah? He's going to take the rulership out of their hands. That sceptre. Yeah? Read on.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
That's the Edomites.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
Right, so what the reverse roles, what he's talking about, they're going to be subjugated. The Lord's going to subjugate them and turn everything upside down. Well, in the right, I should say, turn everything right.
Right side up, yeah.
Yeah, because right now they're not the original rulers of the earth. They was given to them. Job 9:24 has been given to the wicked. Yeah, the children of Esau, the red people.
Verse 7, it says here, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
Happen when the Edomites get taken down. That's when the planet gets some rest, because this man is conducive to war. His makeup, his biology, his physiology is to be evil and create, to disrupt nations and to create havoc. What did the Lord say he is? He's the man of destruction. Yeah, he's the destroying mountain. He's a man of perdition. He gave him these names: destruction and uproar and upheaval. Read. You got that?
Looks like it. They break forth into singing, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us.
Right, so what she's talking about, no fellow has come up. She's talking about as soon as the Edomites go down, there's going to be some rest. Even the trees shall rejoice. Because a fellow is someone who cuts down trees. Yeah? And they do, they show you that. They have sport. They have a sport in America when they cut trees.
For sport, yeah.
And they put the thing in there, they climb up and they chop. Yeah, what do they call them people who do that? They call them, what's the name they got for them?
Lumberjacks and stuff.
Yeah, lumberjack, that's the one. They call it lumberjacks.
Yeah, and they do, what is it called? Some sort of chainsaw sport as well.
When they cut the thing and then they put the lug in and they go up and they go, they made sport out of cutting down trees. Knowing full well that trees, you need trees for the environment, man. What do? They take all the bad air out of the sky and whatnot, out of the firmament. Yeah? It gives us oxygen and whatnot. But this man is the man of perdition, the man of destruction. So all he does is destroy things, man. That's what he does, he destroys. He's not here for any good reason. He's here to just show us how not to live. That's basically his mission. The Lord made him to show us how not to do stuff.
Verse 9, it says here, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. They have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Right, we're seeing that, all the kings of the nations. We're seeing Iran, China, Japan, all they call them the kings of the nation. They're rising up for World War III now. It's all biblical, you know what I mean? That's why they don't want this Bible coming out. They want to sweep it underneath the carpet, you see? Read on. Have you read the Bible, man?
Not for a while.
Oh, okay. I've heard of biblical prophecies.
I think so.
Yes. Have you heard of World War III? You heard about it, innit? You hear about it on the news, innit? Yes. That's good. So beautiful.
Can't lie, y'all wishing that shine.
Right, because we've been prophesying, our elders have been prophesying about World War III for the
Yes.
longest, and now it's at the doorstep. Beautiful. And it's all because of slavery. Yeah? Someone's got to pay for that now, this generation. Yeah? Got to pay for that now. So get your wallets out. Well, don't just get your spiritual wallets out, because you got to pay.
Get your blood for this, like it's the pound of flesh you come. You know what I'm saying? It says,
what do they say? We want it paid by blood or something, they say?
yeah,
So like
how shy what is it? Blood should be as high as the horse's bridle.
yeah, he
He
wants that
returns.
blood sacrifice.
Or dyed garments from Bosra. It says here, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 10, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
Right, that's what the nations are saying now. You got what's that little good nation called South Korea, North Korea? Saying we got missiles now, we got nuclear bombs. So what happened? Old Trump had to go over there and quiet them down, sit around the table and have discussions. They didn't do that with Saddam Hussein or the other one, Colonel Gaddafi, because they never had nukes. See what I mean? They run up in there and talk about shock and awe. Yeah? Because they're cowards, really. They only go after people that ain't got the weapons what they got.
That can't defend themselves,
Say something.
that can't defend themselves. Like the Native American Indians. Okay? The only reason why they really went after them with the Gatling after it was brought to them, okay, because it was Jake that invented the Luger anyway, but they obviously took the invention and made, what is it? They devised, they perfected.
Yeah, that's what they do.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
take other people's inventions or whatever and they perfect it. They work on it for so long to
Can't.
perfect it.
But that's the only way they could have taken, Esau could have taken down the Gad, okay, because they were defenseless.
Yeah. Guys used to creep up on them and be this close to them and they wouldn't even know. You know what I mean?
With minimal weaponry.
Yeah, and it's just to skin them, you know what I mean?
Can't.
Yeah. So they had to find a weapon, a projectile, where they could mow
projectile.
them down. You know? And the Gatling gun was the actual weapon that actually destroyed that really. And covert, smallpox and all that, and blankets and whatnot.
Oh, biological warfare.
Yeah, biological and tainting the water. You know what I mean? So when God would travel around, they couldn't go to this certain
Wells and stuff,
wells and what streams because the Edomites had polluted it, poisoned it. This is this man. He's a very subtle snake. That's why they got cobra meetings. The government talks about having a cobra meeting. A cobra is what? A snake. So they're having a meeting. They're telling you, they're having a meeting of snakes. Yeah, slippery, slimy individuals. Read on.
It says here, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 10. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave.
Right, that pride, pomp is that pride. It says being brought down because remember they used to tell them that we're this and we're that, what we're going to do in 2050 and they're telling everybody that what they can do because we're basically saying we're running the world. But now the other nations saying your pomp is brought down. Are you just like us now? America is not got what's the word?
As it's not as beautified as it was back in
they've got the pride and
they still carry their pride,
the
but
guile
timidly.
and all that,
It's like it's fractured.
yeah.
Pride is fractured, but they still got hope because they haven't lost. It's like when you have a boxer that hasn't lost their O yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can see that.
And always that land that hasn't been touched yet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's going to be touched severely. Yeah, that's the only land that's going to get obliterated. So it's built up. What did he say? Their iniquity is built up. You know what I mean? The Most High made their iniquity built up, so they get one heavy judgment.
And Ezekiel says it has reached the heavens.
Yeah, sin has reached up to heaven.
It says here, how art thou fallen from heaven, O slacker? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Right, the vowels is that, you know, like we've got music what shows you that everything's vibrant. This is what he's talking about. All that's being brought down. Even the pubs over here are being shut. A lot of them are being shut because that's another vow of, you know, folly. And what did you say after that about the...
It says here, the pomp is brought down to the grave and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under.
Right, the worm is that financial system. Now their financial system is being eroded. You know, because what? Fractional reserve banking, all this stuff is not conducive to what the Most High said money really is. Gold and silver, cattle, land. This is real wealth. So what they've done now is they've gave us fiat currency. It's plastic money. Yeah? It's not currency, it's plastic money. It carries no bang behind it. That's why Russia and China are buying gold. Because gold is fungible, it's tangible. It still carries its weight. It's plastic. Look, but if you look at the Weimar Republic and China, they started to burn their money to keep warm. They had no bang behind it.
What contribution have you ever had done? Ever?
What are you talking about, sir?
In modern science? Just give me one.
Say that again?
One Nobel laureate. In physics. Give me one.
Say that again?
You've heard about Nobel laureates.
Nobel
Nobel laureates. Name me one.
Are you an Edomite? Are you an Edomite? Go and get a drink, man, with your red face. The only thing you're missing is those horns, man.
No.
Yeah? So keep it moving.
I'm just asking a question.
Keep it moving. This is not for you,
I'm
sir.
asking a question.
It's not for you, sir.
Yeah, I know.
So keep it moving.
So
okay?
why are you preaching?
Why shouldn't I be preaching?
Well,
Well,
where were you born?
does it matter where I'm born?
Yes, it does actually.
No, it doesn't.
It does actually. Yes, it does.
Why does it matter? Tell me why it matters.
Because I'm a racist.
I know you are. You don't have to tell me that.
Why are you whispering?
You don't have to tell me that. I know you're a racist.
Why are you whispering that you're racist? Be proud of it.
We're a racist as well, but we're for our nation. Just like you're for your red devil nation. The only thing you're missing is horns, sir. Like I said. Now let's continue with the word of God. Because Satan always comes up because he gets cut. You know what I mean? His society's falling apart. Now he wants to get a bit belligerent. Now he sees that it's not all cocaine and champagne no more. Yeah?
It's not what is it? Pubs and grubs in here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
He's finished now, yeah? He's been brought down to his grave. What we're talking about? His pomp, his pride. His pride is being brought down, so now he has to try and, you know, come in. They want to do this. Get out of here, you devil.
So see,
Read that.
he's still pub hopping, you know. His face was dry as a freaking bone.
Yeah, you see it? All the
Face was all
skin
flaking
and
away,
pain,
man.
yeah.
Like sand.
Yeah. Damn Edomite, you know what I mean? Listen, he was all shedding skin like the damn snake is. Yeah, all his face is dry. At least put some kind of cream on it, a sun
Splash
cream.
of water on it at least.
No, that'll dry it up every comes again. It'll dry it up even more. Now read that.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 11, it says,
read.
the worm is spread under thee.
Right, the worm is their financial system is crashing. And they're getting upset now because everything's imploding around them. It's beautiful watching them implode. Read.
The worms cover thee.
Right, the worm and that, yeah, go on.
How about
They call it the canker worm. The canker worm eats everything up, so it's been eaten up now. Yeah, the society's eaten up. You know what I mean?
It's like, you know that wood that goes in, I mean, the worm that
The
goes into
woodwork,
wood.
yeah, the woodwork, yeah,
And
it's
it
like
makes
that.
it rot.
Yeah. So it becomes very feeble. So if you stand on it, it crumbles.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's what I
It
think.
crumbles, isn't it?
Yeah, the society's crumbling. It's beautiful watching it.
Carlo,
Yeah.
exactly, that's what it says, the worm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Carlo, it says here, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Right, the Luciferian. What does Lucifer mean? It means the light bearer. Yeah? The Luciferians, we're the new Luciferians because we're carrying the light of Yahweh Shem Yahushai on the right hand side. The Edomites are on the left hand side. Luciferian doctrine is the light bearers. Because why? Check out the museums. They got all the archaeological digs, they got all the artifacts. But they stole the majority of it. So right now they're the Luciferians, they're the light bearers, so good. Now read on.
It says here, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
And then did they do that? With the rocket technology, Dr. Werner von Braun, yeah? The rocket, he's the father of rocketry, they call him. That's how they got the projectile to fly up into the sky, those satellites and whatnot. You know?
I skipped it. It says here, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?
What was before that? No, we're jumping. What did you say?
I think I skipped that.
Oh, okay.
How art thou cut to the ground, which did weaken the nations?
And how do they do that? By their war, by their weaponry. That's what they say. We go in there, we do what we say, always move from you. Romans done it through their cavalry, through their military might. They've always had that if you don't do what we say, we'll attack you. So we've always used that fierce, fierce. What do you say? He's a man of fierce countenance. Yeah, that's what he's about. He's about war, manipulation, destruction. Because his blessing is the sword. But he lives by the sword. When you say he that lives by the sword, he's going to die by the sword.
Even Bartholomew de las Casas, when he wrote about the devastation of the Indies, even quoted that for one moment the Spanish couldn't put their sword down. Okay, when they were slaughtering the Native American Indians and Tainos, so-called Latinos. Okay, for their bloodthirstiness. But the scripture tells you in Numbers 23 and 23 says, blood shall pursue thee. Actually, it's like it says, for the polluting the land with blood,
He that sheddeth blood.
he that sheddeth blood, their blood shall be shed. It says here,
That's Ezekiel 33, 35, 45.
it says here, for thou hast said, Isaiah chapter 14 verse 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Right, and that's the Israelites. We are the stars that exalted that power over us. 70 AD and even up to now, they're still exalting power, that horn. Yeah? Read on.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
North America, that's America, what they're talking about. Where was the bulk of the slaves? In America. That's where they're sitting in, the Israelites, in North America. Yeah? South America, but mainly North America. That's where the main salvation is going to happen, in America. And what's going to happen? They're going to see that place burn. Because that's where the Lord is going to visit. Yeah? And even though he's going to visit, we're going to have chariots all around the world. But mainly, that visitation is going to be on Babylon the Great, America. That's known as Babylon the Great. The whore that sit upon the waters, the statue of living. Yeah? Read on.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. Yeah. I will be like the Most High.
And how is he being like the Most High? Dolly the sheep is genetically modified, lab technology. That's how he's trying to be God, by playing God, by modifying what God created. Yeah, in these labs. So he's trying to play God. Read on.
It says here, yet shalt thou be brought down to hell.
Right, brought down to the state. Hell is a condition. So the Lord said he's going to bring, just like, who was it? He said, was it Martin Luther King or was it no? It was, what was his name? He said the white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Who said that? What's the other chap? We got Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Oh, okay.
So he said the white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Right? So that's what he's talking about.
The book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
And how did he do that? By Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the atomic bombs. And now they're anti, they've got nuclear weapons now, and that burns at 1,000,000 degrees, and that's what's going to happen. Nuclear war is going to happen, it's biblical. Yeah? There's not a weapon that ain't been manufactured, that ain't been used. They used Hiroshima, they used the atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Edomites are the only nation to drop bombs on another nation like that. So what goes around comes around. It's a karmic practice.
It says here, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
Right.
All the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out like thy grave, like an abominable branch.
Right? So they're going to be cast out. They'll be like an abominable branch, cast out of their rulership. I want to say, how thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. Yeah?
But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
Right, so going into that lower state. Right now the Israelites are in the lower state, so the Edomites are goes around the mansion. What goes around comes around. Whatever you sow, you reap. Whatever you reap, you sow, sorry.
It says here, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial,
Right.
because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people.
And they've done that from 70 AD and so forth even up to now. This man, that's what he does. He goes in there and lies with his media machine, and says, oh, looks like the Ish people today, they're talking about, oh, the Palestinians, they're throwing rocks. Palestinians, oh, they're the terrorists and all that. They're not the ones dropping bombs. They're not the ones that are shooting people from 1,000 meters. So the real terrorists are the ones that are dropping bombs. The Israelites, they call themselves. And the Americans, they got the backup from the Americans. Yeah, and the British. They're all Edomites, that's why. And they're going up against the Arabs, the so-called sons of Ishmael. Yeah, so Esau will go up against Esau, but when they have a nation comes up, they all band together. And after, when they're finished, what they've got to do, they segregate again and they hate each other again. Because Edomites are violent and unorganized, really, an unorganized nation. They're like crabs in buckets. They like to pull each other down. Yeah? They're not about lifting each other up. They like to destroy. Yeah?
Through the pride. It says here, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Right? And who's the evildoers? The Edomites. They're known as the wicked. And wicked, that comes under the umbrella of evil. Malachi says they're the border of wickedness. Yeah? So anywhere they go, you're going to find evil, wickedness. Because they can't do right. Remember that Eddie Murphy movie? Can't Get Right? There's a man called Can't Get Right.